All right, we are back, and the sun is back as well as we try to make. There we go. So we are back here inside a Pizza Man Pub, 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville, New York. Very happy to be here with you every single month, supporting the Baldwinsville Bees with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora's specials on site, on location. We are here today as we continue the conversation with Sophia Muscolino, who's with me for the first time. Sara Hunter, who's with me not picture in picture, but sitting here for the first time. And we are celebrating the Baldwinsville Bees. I'm just going to keep saying it. The Baldwinsville Bees 2022 Section 3 champions. And 2022 New York State Class A champions. So, first and foremost, I have to know this because you both, the team's rocking it right now. When do I get my t-shirt is the question.
Well, actually, there's no more larges left, so...
I'm a medium, that's fine. Gonna make the medium work. Great start to the show, Sarah. Really good. So Sarah, we'll start with you, since you've already taken the personality for the show here. So, we were just looking at a picture of Finley going to mom here, and how beautiful that moment was. What does it mean to you that not only will you have this moment with your teammates, but you will always have this moment with Finley?
I don't know. It's honestly crazy because I just remember the fashion show, and that was the first time I truly met her. And well, I was holding her, and she threw up on me. So
were you dressed up already?
I was, and
okay.
I started in shock. But I don't know. Finley's been along the whole entire ride, and it's crazy to see how big she's got so far. And it's always going to be a little thought in my mind is little Finley on our game. That's just cute.
And your first moment is her throwing up on you, and then you got to win a state championship together.
Yeah. so that's pretty good.
It worked out for you, right?
Yeah.
Sophia, what is your favorite Finley moment?
I think every moment. I make her cry a lot whenever I'm holding her. She cries. She doesn't like being with me, but I like being with her.
When we were here during the state run, I know she cried at one point. Were you holding her at that point?
Yeah, I gave her right to Ava.
Oh, okay. So is Ava the whisperer on the team?
Yeah, she does something right. I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out.
Does Ava know what it is? No.
It's a magic touch.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So speaking of the magic touch, why do you think this team had it all right this season?
Definitely our chemistry and how hard we work together. As you know, we're together every second. We're really close, and I just think that on the field, it shows. When we're playing, if we're having a bad game, we don't turn on each other. We don't get mad at each other for making mistakes. We pick each other back up. We say we got it. Everyone breathe. We're fine. We don't need to go right now. We need to just get ourselves together. We need to focus before we make more mistakes. We have to pick each other back up instead of turning on each other.
When those moments happen, is it a different person every game that steps up, or is there a voice you're used to hearing?
I feel like a different person always steps up. If one person's down, you have another person scoring 5 goals or getting 5 turnovers. It's always somebody else. If one person's down, someone else steps up.
Who do you think has been the biggest influence on your lacrosse game itself, either from the team, a coach, parent, somebody you look up to? Who would you consider to be the greatest influence on your game?
Definitely my sister.
Okay.
She's 2 years older than me, and so we're pretty close in age. I look up to her for everything, even in lacrosse.
What did she teach you off the field, and what has she taught you on the field? The two things that maybe you take the most.
Off the field, you have to work for everything. I'm always seeing her in the backyard doing wall ball or working out or going on a run. I'm like, oh, I gotta do that too. Or she'll text me and be like, come downstairs, I'm gonna play wall ball. I'm like, oh, okay. So she definitely she got me into working out. She got me into lacrosse, and she's definitely the reason that I I'm always working because she's always working.
Fair enough. Shout out to her. Sarah,
Shout out Liv.
who is your biggest influence?
Definitely my father. Shout out, Padre. What's up?
And we have shouted out Dad when you were on the show when you had
Yes.
committed to Lemoyne. So we've talked about Dad a lot already.
Yes, my dad is my best friend.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's been there through everything. Even when I've been down, he's always been the one pushing me, whether it's going out to wall ball or running. Like one of the things we used to do was 2-mile runs around the campus, and he'd just like drive along next to me, trying to like
Wait a second. I want to play this back. Smartest father moment ever. We used to do 2-mile runs. Well, I used to run and Dad used to drive next to me. That's fantastic. Very smart.
And if I was going too slow, he'd go, "Come on, go faster!" So I really gotta just shout him out for basically shaping me into the lacrosse player I am. And he always would take me out to wall ball. Even like I remember one of the Christmases, my mom and brother went back to bed, and we'd go up to the school and do wall ball with a foot of snow.
Yeah.
Put down a nice little piece of cardboard and just do wall ball. I don't know. There's just a lot of memories, and he's definitely been the biggest influence to my lacrosse career.
We got to do this. Can we clap it up for Sis and for Dad? Can we do that? We got to do that. Because you could feel that from what you both said about the people that you care about and that really mean something to you and their influence on you. That's tangible. Now, you said your dad is your best friend now. To go one step further with that, why is your dad your best friend?
I don't know. Every Saturday, you know this. I've told you this. We got to coffee. We get bagels.
Yeah.
Basically,
Didn't we talk about the bakery? Did we talk about Lincourt?
Yes, we did talk about Lincourt.
Yeah, we talked about Lincourt Bakery. Does anybody else know about Lincourt Bakery in this place? Clap it up if you like Lincourt Bakery. Oh, come on. Stop that. Clap it up if you like Lincourt Bakery. Favorite thing? We talked about favorites. Dad, can you shout it for me? Do you have a favorite?
Of what?
Lincourt Bakery. Donut.
The long powdered one with the cream filled inside.
Okay, so my favorite is the one my grandmother, G-Mama, up in heaven, I've mentioned her here before. Her favorite, because she lived she could walk there, right down the road. Her favorite is one that nobody knows how to spell and nobody knows what it is unless you're here in Central New York, and that is the Kigley, which is the long, it's not filled with anything, it's chocolate on the top, vanilla on the top, long dough, no filling. That was her favorite, but Half Moons, which New York City calls black and whites, which that's wrong. So Half Moon, Kigley. I realize people don't know taillights, headlights, all of these fantastic donuts from Lincourt Bakery. And we got to talk about that. So I have to ask you, Sophia, has Sarah ever shared Lincourt Bakery with you?
She has never. I've seen a lot of pictures of it. I've never.
So show you the pictures
I
and tell you
share
the
Dunkin' because it's free.
Okay.
Yeah, she does share Dunkin'. She brings us free Dunkin' really often.
Free Dunkin'.
Yes.
Okay. How is Dunkin' free?
She works there.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Okay. So it's free-ish because
She
you
has
work
to
there.
work
It's
for
better
it.
than throwing out the donuts.
That's very true. So you just get to take whatever's left?
I mean, technically, we're not supposed to, so hopefully my manager's not watching. But, like, I remember the first time they're like, "Sarah, you gotta throw out the donuts." And I'm like, I can't throw these out. And I took home, like, probably 20 dozen of them, and I just was handing them out to my friends. I gotta work there for one more month. You have to work this summer, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What she said is that she threw them in the garbage. No, but true story about Disney. And this is crazy. So, Disney makes billions. So we're going to take the spotlight off you. We're going to put it on me for a second. I'm going to protect you, Sarah. Don't worry about it. So we're going to talk about Disney. At the end of the night at Disney, whatever food we had left on the cart, and I worked at Epcot, so whatever we had to throw out. If I ordered pretzels for the pretzel cart, there was 42 pretzels. If 2 of them were bought and we closed the cart, there's 40 hot pretzels just made. We had to take them, put them in a garbage bag, and throw them in the trash compactor. Now I'm thinking in my head, why can't we eat them if we're throwing them out and they're already made? If we ate one bite of one pretzel and somebody caught us, fired immediately, and sent home. So to me, that would be pack my bag and come back to Syracuse from Orlando. Now, I thought like maybe we could give them to a shelter, maybe we could give them to, I don't know, a food pantry or something of that sort. But I do want to shout out Nick, and Nick no longer works there anymore because he got fired. So I can shout out Nick for this. So what up to my buddy Nick? So Nick, we had a boss who wasn't great. And we were getting sick and tired of having to throw out this food and not being able to like give it to anybody who actually needs it. And we're like, I mean, if you throw it in the thing, you just throw it in the trash. The squirrels are eating it, but we can't. So Nick was pissed off. He was there all day long. He was over it. They were being really rude to, all whatever. We've gone through a lot. Very stressful. He went to the back, and he not only took one of the hot dogs, but he put it right on, we called it back dock, and he put it on one of the carts, and our manager came back, and she had a meeting with all of us outside, which is always good in Orlando with mosquitoes. And so we're sitting and talking, and he puts the hot dog out, and right in front of her, takes the ketchup packet, puts the ketchup on, puts the mustard on, puts the relish on. She goes, "Are you kidding me?" She goes, "Don't eat that hot dog. Don't eat a bite." And he ate it right in front of her. And I was like, you know what? He did what we all wanted to do, and we're throwing it out. So with all due respect, nobody named Sara Hunter has ever taken anything from work. But if she could, you're throwing it out anyway. So shame on you for that.
There you go.
Anywho, see? Now you're free. So, Sophia, to get back to the lacrosse world from donuts, because it's parallel,
It's
so
very
equal.
cool. Yeah.
So, what is something that you did this season with this team? You've heard some of your teammates talk about this. Is there anything that Coach Tabor made you guys do in practice that you thought, God, why do I have to keep doing this? But then at the end of the season, you thought, thank God I did that.
The clear drill and the ride drill, it would take hours. Like, it would take an hour out of every practice, and we would all hate it because you just have to go back and run all the way up the field. I didn't have to do much because I was on, like, the other side. I just stood there with Sid. I wasn't really a part of it, but watching them have to run back and forth, I felt really bad.
Wait a minute. So you were with Sid, and everybody was supposed to run, but you were far enough away that they couldn't see you?
Well,
What was
we were
going on?
like, we're supposed to be the other team's like attack.
Okay.
So they're clearing the ball to us, so
Okay.
we're not really a part of it. But
Okay.
He was on injured reserve.
I was on, yeah. I
okay.
didn't have to move much. But
he graciously volunteered to guard
to defend me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
So again, like with Sarah and the donuts,
Yeah.
you have an excuse. Sid did not have an excuse.
Sid had no excuse.
Okay, all right.
No excuse. But that drill, they were always running. They probably all hated it, but it helped because our clear by the end of the season was amazing and our ride was exceptional. So it paid off, but they hated it.
So seeing your team run
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
paid off.
Oh yeah.
So you're just like Dad, just driving up next to him
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
keep it going, guys.
Yeah,
You got it.
Yes, that's exactly.
I love that. Okay. Sarah, do you have something that you dreaded this year, but now you're happy you did it?
The running.
Okay.
Because at the start, it was like, oh my gosh, this is never going to end. But then by the end, we could run a whole game and not really be that tired. So it was a benefit at the end.
Yeah, it's running is something that nobody likes to do in the beginning, but you're always glad you did it afterward.
Yeah.
So this napkin theme continues tonight, as I've been sent a message on a napkin, and I had to read it before I read it out loud because this is a family show. So it says, "Ask Sarah and Sophia about their competitive dance routine, the heist."
I don't think we.
So back in the day, we used to do a competitive dance.
Okay.
Don't recommend, just saying. Trauma. Lots of money. And whatever the dance is, was the heist. And it was basically,
It was terrible.
it was
The
like,
dance
a
was terrible.
bank, and we were robbing it.
But it was a dance routine?
We were both.
It
in it.
was.
We did. Yeah, we were both on the same team.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had
Explain this.
you had to choreograph a dance of robbing a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if robbing a bank was a musical,
We could perfect
It was that, yeah.
Yeah.
so you could go on Broadway and rob a bank on stage.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still remember the routine?
We actually
so
remember a
far,
tiny
we
bit of
got
it. That's all we remember.
That's all you remember.
Yeah. We do it in a lacrosse dance circle
Yeah.
all the time.
Okay, so you still do it to this day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
our
some
dance
parts.
skills really paid off.
Do you think knowing your dance routine, the heist, helped you win a state championship?
100%.
Oh, I think so too. If you watch some of the nice episodes we have, you can see, or like,
Oh yeah.
You can see me.
You have episodes.
We
dancing.
have a girl that like makes videos of each of our games.
There's a
and
lot
we're
of
always
me-
dancing in the
yeah.
background of her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a video account of your
Lacrosse.
dance heist.
Yes,
Lacrosse
dancing while
heist.
warming up for a game.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're always dancing.
Always
Yes.
dancing together before games.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that you will ever make a new routine together?
No.
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 No? Who is the best dancer on the team besides the two of you?
Sophia Muscolino.
Yeah.
She is an amazing dancer.
Why?
A lot of
I feel like that should be like. I feel like what happens.
A
in
lot
the
of
locker
spunk? Is that?
room- No, I feel like it can't be shared. Like what happens in the dance circle stays in the dance circle. Like,
But she's the one that starts the dance circle?
oh yeah, she's the center of the dance circle.
Who's the person that if you got the whole team together right now in the middle of Pizza Man, and we had a dance circle, and you're pushing people into the middle, who's the person that if you push them in, they would run right back out? Ava raised her hand.
Well, yeah, Ava, definitely Ava, but there.
I say Mac.
Mac. I was gonna say Mac will never go in the circle. No.
Okay, so Mac or Ava?
Yeah.
Who would? So Mac and Ava, can you vote between the two of you who you think it would be?
Mac.
And you're pointing to each other. Okay. All right, so we're going to break the tie. We're going to break the tie with a team-breaking tie here. So, if you think that Ava would be the first one to run out, clap. If you think Mac would be the first one to jump out, so it's Mac.
Yes.
Okay. What? Have you ever seen Mac dance?
No.
Not at all.
No, I feel like I've definitely seen a little like dance move or two, but
She stood there. We did pump it up.
we did pump it up.
So you think that she danced, but it could have been like a mosquito that was.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. A little bit of movement. Okay. Fair enough. So, winning this state championship and being able to do it in such a way, like I said before, I got to live it in a very unique way because you were all here telling me what you wanted to do this season and then you did it. How sweet is that we can go back on video to that moment when tryouts just ended before practice started and see everything that you all said and how excited you were and then to see you do it. What does that mean to you that you have that moment as a team where you told the world what you were going to do and then you did it? Sarah, what do you think?
I mean, I feel like we all had that winning mindset. Like, I remember before the game, I just told myself, I'm like, we're not losing this. And everybody I talked to agreed with me that, like, we just kept saying, we're not going to lose this. So, and I feel like from the start, our team was, like, sort of looked down on, as it wasn't going to be one of the best Beeville teams, especially, like, the 22 class. Like, we have the 23s and the 21s ahead of us, and we're just sort of sandwiched in the middle. And we're, like, the tiniest class. So no one really expected this team to be so great, but we all knew it was going to be great.
What does that mean to you when you hear, like I said, the outside noise belongs outside? When you hear people on the outside saying, it's not going to be this year for Beeville, did that seep in at all? Did you take it and kind of wear it as a suit of armor? What did you do with hearing that, yeah, not this year for them?
I mean, I just sort of like laughed to myself. I'm like, well, they don't really know the truth. They don't see what we do in practices, especially in indoor. Like, you could see the greatness of this team before, like, season even started.
Sophia, I mean, going off of what Sarah said, you guys believed when I spoke with you at the beginning of the season. So what are your thoughts on all this?
I definitely think that we were looked down upon, especially like after going to states and then losing sectionals. We were like, I really didn't think that we'd make it this far. Like, I knew in my head I wanted to, but again, if someone told me 2 months ago if we were going to win states, I wouldn't believe them. And also, like, I remember, like, the beginning of the season, I don't remember who it was, but I was always making jokes with someone, like, Northport isn't doing this, like, even, like, the second week, Sammy, we were stretching, I'm like, oh, yeah, Northport's not doing this, our 5 a.m. practice, Northport's not doing that, looking to states, and I, like, didn't think that it would ever happen where we played Northport, we'd actually beat them.
So you've been saying all season, Northport's not
Yes.
doing this, Northport's
Yes.
not doing it like that.
All season.
So this is very sweet for you.
Yes.
a very sweet victory to be able to have this. Sam is smiling. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one feels good, right? So to know that Northport was at the end of the road,
Yeah.
was that just like a movie in a way?
I think so, because I watched the Northport versus Massapequa game. That was to see who we would play if we made it to states. And I was just cheering for Northport. I wanted them to win because I wanted revenge from when the 2019 team lost. I was like, I want to play Northport. I just want to crush them, because like it would have been so cool to just finish what the 2019 team started.
And then you did.
And we did. It was crazy.
That moment for you when everything zeros and you had the revenge and you got that victory, for you, what's the first thing that goes through your mind when it's all done and you have avenged that team and gotten to the end of the road and you're the ones that are hoisting the championship?
I guess it just didn't feel real. It just, like, I don't know. It, like, I had no words. We were all crying. We were all, like, group hugging, crying. We didn't, like, no one believed it. Like, I don't know. It was just so cool.
Sarah, how poetic was it for you? And were you joining in that, hey, I hope we get Northport?
I mean, yeah, everybody sort of knew it was going to be Northport from the start because they are a great team and they're Long Island. Like, no bad lacrosse players really come out of Long Island. But, like, I remember the last minute of the game, I looked over at Maeve and I was like, I'm going to start crying. I was literally in shock. I was just so happy. And I remember we got an offense and I got the ball and I sort of, like, got shoved and I'm just smiling and I started, like, crying a little bit. I'm like, there's, like, 8 seconds left. And I was like, oh, my God. And I was just freaking out. And I just remember running to the goal and, like, hyperventilating, like, where I couldn't breathe because I was just crying and, like, so filled with joy. And I was like, I don't know. It was just, it doesn't feel real still.
I was going to say, when you both came up here, we were off the air, I said, do you feel it yet? And you both said, not at all.
Yeah. No.
So does it come through a little bit? I mean, obviously you celebrated in the moment, but I've told you that I've talked to some championship teams that a year later, they're like, I still can't believe that we did that in the most beautiful of ways. So does it come through at least a little bit for you?
After today, I kind of, like, we had, like, a little, what was it, like a parade thing throughout the school with the boys team. Like, we all wore our medals and our shirts, and we just kind of like, and a track person who won state. So, sorry, I forgot about him. Shout out Owen. But it was cool to see everyone, like, we all had our shirts and it was like, oh, this actually happened. Like, we actually won. And everyone in the school was, like, cheering for us and clapping. It was just really cool.
Before we jump into rapid fire, Sarah, I want you both to answer this, but Sarah, I'll have you go first on this. What does it mean to bring this championship to Baldwinsville and to the community and to the people that have supported you, been loud, worn their red, and make sure that that Red Sea is always there? What has this championship meant for you to look into the stands? Because there's some really cool pictures of you, like, putting your stick up into the stands and all that. So what does it mean to you to be able to have this moment with Beeville?
It's just you sort of walk around now with, like, pride and, like, in your community. Can't speak. In your community. And it's just, I don't know, it's sort of like a thank you present to all the people that helped us out. Just bringing back this championship, just to be like, thank you for supporting us throughout the years. Here's a little gift in return. That's how I sort of see it.
So you look at it as giving a gift back here.
Yeah.
Christmas come early. Sophia, what does it mean to you to be able to have Beeville on your chest and always know that Beeville will be connected to you forever because of the fact that not only did you do this together as a team, but like you said, the school celebrates you, the community celebrates you. And what I thought was really cool is other teams in Section 3, they'll start to reach out to each other and say, hey, go win one for all of us. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean to you?
It's definitely an honor to wear Beeville, like, across our, like, chest, like our jersey. And I think it's really cool, like this, what you said with the Section 3 things. Like, I know some West Jenny girls came to watch us, and some CNS girls came to watch us, and they were just all like, you know what, you guys, you beat all of us, just go beat them. Finish it for Syracuse, finish it for Section 3. Like, it's really cool how everyone comes together and just supports one another and, like, the community. Like, when we came back at, like, 11 in the morning, and there were fire trucks and police, and everyone was just so happy, and it was just such like a happy moment.
Yeah, and I think that that's really cool when you guys get brought in like that.
Yeah.
That's a really cool way to do it. So we're jumping into rapid fire. We are here at Pizza Man Pub, 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville, New York. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora here every single month, supporting Beeville Athletics with the Bees state championship team for 2022 right here in New York State Class A. I feel like everywhere I go, I'm going to need somebody from Beeville to follow me. So when I say state champion, someone has to clap. I need that. So I got to have that with me. So we are here with Sara Hunter and Sophia Muscolino. It is now time to play rapid fire. Sara knows about this. You know about it from watching it, Sophia, but you've never gotten to do it here. So I'm going to let you go first. You can ask me whatever you want.
Okay, so I was told this was a dumb question, but I'm really interested.
Okay.
What's your
Who
favorite?
told you it was a dumb question?
My friend. She doesn't play lacrosse. I was
Okay.
just hanging out with her earlier.
Is she here right now?
No,
Well, then her opinion doesn't matter. No, I'm kidding.
exactly. What's your favorite type of bread?
I think that's a great question.
Wow. That's funny. My favorite type of bread is actually my dog's favorite type of bread, too, which is honey wheat. Yeah. Why, I get booed for honey wheat? But I will tell you, but wait a second. I thought you were asking me, like, what type?
That's exactly what I mean, the type of bread.
Okay, all right. Well,
I'll add to it. Favorite place.
If I had to choose bread, and I know that some people are going to be upset,
Don't get this wrong.
and I'm going to say this, I'm sorry, he's back here. Shame on Dad for what he just shouted out. Linkcourt Bakery has the best bread, in my opinion. Yes, they do. They're the best.
Columbus.
Every Thanksgiving. It's either Columbus or Linkcourt. Those are only two that people pick.
Okay.
But I say Linkcourt.
Sarah's boyfriend works at Columbus.
Free bread for everybody.
Bread.
I like that.
Probably 28.
So with that, you have a story to tell, Sarah? No.
No.
Okay.
They love me there, just saying.
Okay. All
That's
right.
all you gotta say.
All right. Well, if we get free bread at Columbus, so that's why we're saying Columbus, I guess. Okay. Fair enough. Sophia, my question for you. I want to ask something I never asked anybody since bread was one that I've never been asked before. So, if you could have any pets in the world, like you could domesticate any animal, and it's not a dog or a cat, what would you pick? Did somebody say ostrich? Sarah said she wants a skunk. You take the bag out, right? Yeah, you take, okay.
I feel like a giraffe. No. A black bear. A huge giant.
A huge black bear.
They're adorable.
Okay, so I met a bear closer than I wanted to meet one a couple months ago. I came back from a movie at 11 o'clock at night, and I was kind of like my eyes weren't really focused, and I turned and I looked right across, and it's from me to probably the end of the bar, I would say.
Yeah.
And I see a shadow go by, and it's this big, giant black shadow, and I was like, what is that? And I looked at the head, and I go, is that a bear? And then it hit something, and then it was walking like right in front of someone's door, because it was like in this condo area. And then all of a sudden, the bear took over its own shadow, because usually the shadow projecting you think is bigger. No, it walks into its shadow. It was a bear, and it was massive.
You didn't think it was cute at all?
I don't think in that moment cute was the first thing that came to my mind. I thought, and I still have like PTSD now when I bring my dog out to go to the bathroom when I'm out there, because it's out in Pennsylvania. So when I'm out in PA to bring my dog out, I'm always like, pee, you gotta go pee, just go pee. And I'm looking everywhere at all times, constantly checking my peripheral, because my dog is 10 pounds. And this bear was a very large, yeah. I'm sure they're cute when they're a cub, not the big ones.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, Sarah, what's your first one for me?
What's your favorite kind of coffee? So like latte, cappuccino, iced, regular.
My favorite kind of coffee. Probably have to iced something, I would say. But the thing that I go to more than coffee is chai. I love chai. Really love chai. So, and I would say my favorite is is the pumpkin that is made at Cafe Cubal locally here. So I'd have to say pumpkin spice there. Or I had vanilla lavender chai, which I thought was totally random. It was very good. I didn't know lavender could taste like anything great, but it did. So I'd probably say chai, and I'd probably ice it.
Very interesting.
All right, Sarah. Besides what you may or may not have taken from your place of business, have you ever taken something somewhere that you did not pay for?
No, because I am very scared of getting in trouble.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why. I'm just terrified of it. So I have not.
You've never taken anything from anywhere?
No, maybe like a gummy bear from like one of the candy places in Lake Placid, but that's about it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question, and I want the team to support us to tell me what they think as well. When you go to a bulk food candy aisle in a grocery store, is it okay to try a piece of the candy?
100%, 110%,
As long
yes.
as you're buying some.
Who says yes? Clap.
Yes. Everyone clap.
Who says no?
Don't act no, Fia, you're fake. You definitely have stole some candy.
Literally 2 people said no.
No.
So, okay.
Fia, you've definitely
You've
stolen
tried it in
candy.
Lake Placid, you said?
Well, yeah, that's Placid. Anything goes in Placid. There's no rules.
There's no rules in Lake Placid. Okay, fair enough. Sophia, what's your last question for me?
If you had the chance to give up all your money, give up your phone, and just go live in the wild on your own,
Yeah.
would you do it? And who would you bring?
If I lived in the wild?
Just like go in the woods and live. Like make a tent and live
How
on your
about
own.
move to Alaska? So it's
Yeah,
not like
Alaska,
you live-
Alaska.
Yeah. I feel like honestly, well, I've said this before to one of my buddies that I think would do it with me. Shout out to Mark Walczyk.
Shout out, Mark.
But I would, and he's celebrating his 10 years as a member of the military today. So can we clap that up for Mark?
Shout out, Mark.
So I said to Mark, you're the only person that would do this with me. I want to jump out of a plane and parachute into a rainforest in Australia and live there for a weekend.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I would do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
100%. There's a lot of species and things in rainforest that we don't even know of yet. So that's probably not safe.
Okay.
But I would definitely, I mean, like here we know red ants and black ants. They said there's like 90 species of ant on one tree in Australia. 90 different species.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I would definitely want to go just for a weekend to see what it's like.
Yeah.
All right, Sophia. What is your favorite Italian dish, and who in your family is the best cook and why?
Okay, favorite Italian dish. Okay, it's not really a dish, but chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle, okay.
Made chicken noodle soup from Sant'Angelo's.
Italian families, okay, so you get it from Sant'Angelo's. Okay.
good.
Do you have a cook in the family?
My dad.
Your dad? Is dad here?
Dad's right there.
Where's dad? All right, what does dad make?
Italian wedding soup. Same thing.
Italian wedding. Well, I'll defend you. My grandmother, my dad's mom, Italian on both sides, and we have Hispanic blood too. She made homemade chicken noodle soup with elbow macaroni. Fantastic. Yeah, or no, I'm sorry, bow tie. But it was great. So you could say that.
Yeah, it is.
What does dad make that you
Okay.
like?
Dad, he makes everything.
Okay.
And I think his best dish, it's not even really a dish. Fried rice. Chicken fried rice is just...
Chicken fried
he's
rice,
amazing.
my dad.
He's amazing.
All right.
Bow down.
Clap it up for dad. My dad's a good cook now, but it's because he has to be.
Yeah, he has to be. He's gotten better.
Yeah, like my dad never cooked growing up, but like for me growing up, he never cooked, but now he loves cooking.
Yeah.
So as he's gotten older, he's gotten into the cooking style of it. So shout out to dad.
Shout out, Dad.
All right, Sarah, what's your last one for me?
Favorite brand of sneakers?
Nike, because it's what I wear all the time. But I was what's the problem?
Nothing.
What? What? Am I not supposed to say Nike?
You know you could say Nike.
Okay. But I would probably say that because those are the ones that I have by default. I go by color of sneaker. It really has nothing to do with the company. It's what ones look awesome, and the ones that I have, most of them are from the same company. So that's
You
it.
like bright colored sneakers.
Yes. Orange, yeah.
Yeah.
Or well, these are a little bit different. The bottom of these are black and orange, but yeah, I'd probably have to say Nike. My last question for you, Sarah. If you could go to one concert and only one for the rest of your life, who would play in that concert? You can have 3 different acts. So who's the first act, the second, and who's the headliner?
This is hard.
It's hard for you?
Because I like different, like, music.
Well, you can put them all together.
Well, I know, but, like, it's just so much.
Pick 3.
Beastie Boys.
Okay.
One of them. And then I'll go like one from each. I'll go Luke Combs.
Okay.
And I went to one of his concerts. J. Cole.
J. Cole.
There you go.
No Pitbull? What?
I already went to Pitbull and I'm going to Pitbull soon.
Why would you want to do it a million times? That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, that is true. Wait. Okay, mine is J. Cole. Pitbull.
Just because you put Pitbull on there. Okay. All right, fair enough. Who's the headliner of those 3?
I don't know.
Who's the main act? The one that you want to see the most of? Beastie Boys, Pitbull, or Luke Combs?
Beastie Boys, yeah.
Beastie
That's a
Boys?
good one.
Luke Combs? Why does everybody like Luke Combs all of a
I
sudden?
want to go to one of those concerts so
Yeah, his
badly.
music's good, but I feel like in the last year, women especially are obsessed with Luke Combs.
He's amazing.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it, but it's like he's always been good, but it's like this year, every woman that I know that likes country, that's the one they pick is Luke Combs. They
I
can
just
pick,
got into country.
what'd you say? Sam just got into country?
No, I just got into
Oh, you
country.
just got into country.
I never really was a fan of it. Like, I always hated it. I was like, oh, it sucks. But
Yeah.
it's good.
I never liked country. Now I do. Florida Georgia line for me.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I am Florida Georgia line. Dan and Shay as well. So
Oh, yeah.
Dan and
that would be
Shay
a good
and
one.
Florida Georgia line.
That would be like a wedding band.
And those two tandems, they were in concert together, and I did not go to see them. And then COVID hit, so that's
went to
like
that, yeah.
you went to it.
Yeah.
So that was a hit for me that like I needed to go. How good was it? Probably awesome, right?
Amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Was there one that was better than the other? Did one outperform the other?
And just like going towards Dan
Yeah,
and Shay.
between the two of
Dan
them.
and Shay.
Dan and Shay did better?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. So with that being said, we may be able to steal Coach up here for a second, but let's give a round of applause to Sophia Muscolino, Sara Hunter. I'm Dan Tortora. These are your state